What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me this afternoon. Got a couple hours till Crown Jewel. I'm not very excited. I wish I was just working on NXT today, but I got a double upload coming at you. So I'm not a very happy camper right now that I gotta watch not only NXT, but 4 hours of what I imagine is going to be a terrible pay-per-view. So I'm gonna try and get through this the best that I can in the most quickest way I could possibly get through a review. Because again, I don't want to sit here knowing that I have literally an hour and a half to go to watch Crown Fools. But we're going to talk NXT. At least we got some good wrestling to talk this afternoon. NXT, October 30th, 2019. Their Halloween Eve edition of NXT. We got a lot of newsworthy information coming out of NXT last night. Number one, Finn Balor and his promo, pretty much targeting Johnny Gargano. They are headed for a collision course at War Games. Take my money, bro. I can't wait. And Finn Balor looks so much better in NXT. We're going to go over exactly what he said and how he came off, being that, according to him, the business watches him. Great promo from Finn Balor. War Games is finally set up. Now, I know, after what we seen last night, that there was at least one odd woman out. We had 9 women. There's not going to be 9 women in the War Games match. There's going to be 1 woman left off the team and in the locker room. So we're going to go over exactly what I think is going to happen and how this plays into the entire War Games situation and who's going to be involved, who the team captains are, my overall thoughts on a women's War Games match. I like it. We're going to go over it. And I'm excited for War Games just like I am every single year. But this year it's the women and the men are taking the year off. And Ciampa, Tommaso Ciampa, is back for Goldie. He spoke to Goldie last night. It was a very heartfelt moment. He said, "I'm coming home, don't worry, but I have to go to war first." So we're going to go over that. And War Games is shaping up to be pretty damn good, man. After a few weeks of, I don't know if the 2 hours is going to work, NXT, after those first couple of weeks where they just oversaturated the shows with talent and wrestling matches, now they're getting back into the swing of things, and I'm not really minding the 2 hours that much. They're really leveling these shows out, and the flow is very nice, and NXT is actually going back to what I always remembered NXT being, and that is a show focused on storytelling. So we'll go over that as well, and what Triple H has stated this week with Corey Graves on After the Bell. Thank you guys so very much for joining me here on the podcast. If you are not following me on social media, please do so at JD from NY206. That's on Twitter and Instagram individually. So make sure you guys go do that for me. I would really appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below as well and turn on that bell for all notifications because I upload daily. I know you guys don't like to miss any uploads. I don't want you to miss any uploads. So make sure you guys are covered on all bases. Subscribe and turn on the bell for all notifications. If you guys missed any of the other content, and there's a lot, and I know some of you did not watch it all, but if you guys are still trying to catch up on all the content that goes out every single day, we are here 7 days a week. Make sure you all check the description. Everything you need is linked down below. So that means Off the Script, Monday Night Raw review. You got Off the Script Elite, AEW News and Rumors, AEW Dynamite. So you guys are all caught up. We got NXT right now. This will be going up during Crown Jewel. And then we got Crown Jewel immediately following this. So I'm going to be a very busy man today right here on the podcast. So make sure you guys go and check all that stuff out before we talk about Crown Jewel later on this evening. Everything you need is in the description. And make sure you guys also follow me on Patreon. Make sure you guys check out the Patreon page if you guys want to show some extra appreciation for the show. Patreon is always there. Thank you guys so very much for always supporting what I do. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. And the podcast today is brought to you by my fine friends over at Audible. You guys know the deal. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Sign up. Get 30 days free of their service, including 1 free audiobook of your choice. You guys got over 200,000 choices to choose from, a lot of which are wrestling related like you see there in the layout. So make sure you guys sign up. You're not going to be billed. It is completely free. 30 days, one free audio book. And if you guys just want to sign up because it's free and you guys are doing a good service and supporting the podcast, you're getting something for free just for listening today. If you guys feel like at the end of this thing or even during the trial that Audible's not for you, you can cancel at any time you want, and you guys are still going to get to keep your audiobook for free. And again, you will not be billed at all. Guys, it's a great deal. It's a great way to support the show. audibletrial.com/offthescript. NXT started off with a very festive vibe. This is, I would say, a very adult-like Halloween vibe. We got the scary lighting. We got the music. We even got the title of the song that Poppy was singing. Scary Mask. Kind of goes with the whole Halloween theme. But there's no pumpkins, and there's no leaves, and there's no pumpkin spice lattes. There's no pumpkin pie. There's nothing like that. There's no pumpkin beer, which makes me sad, because the one thing that I associate the fall season with and the Halloween season is a good pumpkin beer. If you guys aren't drinking pumpkin beer, man, you're doing it all wrong. You are doing yourself a complete disservice. If you are not drinking Southern Tier Pumpkin, and they got a wide variety of pumpkins. They got bourbon barrel pumpkins. They got coffee press pumpkin. But you want to go to the original pumpkin. The best pumpkin beer known to man. And if you can't find that one, I would go with the Elysian Night Owl. That's it. You guys know that what I say here on the show about wrestling is top-notch. If there's another subject in which you're going to listen to my opinion on, it's craft beer. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Poppy and Scary Mask, Halloween. We got Poppy coming out, and this was pretty cool. I thought this was actually going to be a lot worse than it really was. Out comes Io Shirai, and I seen a lot of people this morning, especially Brian Alvarez. Did all you guys see the Io Shirai babyface turn? I don't think it was an Io Shirai babyface turn, even though I get what he's trying to say. You know, Io and WWE, they put so much emphasis on making Io into this character, this new look, this new vibe she's got. And she was a heel. And she comes out last night, and she's got the live entrance with Poppy, Scary Mask. She's even in the ring with Io Shirai. And everybody's going crazy. Everybody enjoyed it. I think everybody... Now, this is the type of audience that will cheer anything, so I'm not really surprised by this. But it is a slight deviation away from what Io Shirai was doing when she turned on Candice initially, before we seen this transformation of Io Shirai. I don't want Io to be an in-betweener. I don't want her to be an in-betweener. I want her to be a definitive heel. So whatever they did last night, it seemed to, go in the opposite direction. I still think she's more heel than she is babyface. And she's going to be getting these types of reactions because how could you not like the performance that Poppy had for Io Shirai? That's a big moment for her. I'm sure Io was very excited to have that happen to her. And she's going to be in War Games. So she's going to be in these situations where fans are going to really appreciate the effort that she's putting forth, and they're really going to forget that Io turned on Candice and became a heel. So for the time being right now, I think that's going to be put to the side, and I hope that at some point WWE revisits Io Shirai as being a heel, because Shayna Baszler's not going to be in NXT forever, and we're going to need another big heel in that division to take her spot when Shayna Baszler moves up to the main roster and gets a demotion, of course, because Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live suck. And with the quarterly numbers coming out today, stock was down $14 today alone. They're at $54 a share the last time that I seen. And they lost about $5.8 million this quarter, the third quarter. You reap what you sow, WWE. You get what you deserve. I don't feel any sort of sympathy for the company, and it all is based on the quality of the television product. Everybody is tuned out. They are not interested in what you're doing. And if they were, you wouldn't be down. You're just not resonating with the audience. You're not cool anymore. And that's a direct effect of the quality of the programming. You guys are absolutely terrible as far as quality on television and creative. get better. I'm telling you every single day what the issues are, and they turn a blind eye and don't fix anything that's broken. They don't give a shit as long as, I would say, as long as they're making money. They're not! They're losing money. They're losing money now. Anyway, that's another story for Off the Script. We'll talk about that this weekend. So we got Io Shirai and Candice LeRae. This is a rematch of their match from SummerSlam weekend. This is a rematch of the best women's match in WWE all year. And yes, I take their first match over Sasha and Becky inside Hell in a Cell. This was incredible the first time they did it SummerSlam weekend. So, Candice and Io, it's a funny thing with Candice. She is being featured a lot more. She's in the War Games match. And it was just about a year ago. We're all asking ourselves, where the fuck is Candice LeRae? You got this hidden gem on the roster, and you're not using her. It's the same way I feel about Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo now. They're eventually going to get their spots. But Candice LeRae, a year ago, we were all asking, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Where is she? And now she's featured heavily on the show. And if there is another benefactor of the 2 hours outside of Keith Lee, which we'll mention a little later, it's Candice LeRae. The funny thing is, with Jordan Miles and this whole thing, I don't know why he went off the handle. I don't know why he did what he did. Maybe he was frustrated. Who knows? Who knows? But in NXT, I know a lot of people are frustrated more now than ever before for reasons that are quite simple. But everybody's going to get their opportunity. He just got there. Candice has been waiting for 2 years, probably longer, for an opportunity. And we were all asking ourselves, where's Candice last year? And finally now Candice is here on TV, and she's being featured prominently as one of the stars of this entire division. So patience does pay off, folks. Candice is going to get what's coming to her, and I love everything about Candice LeRae. This started off very hot and heavy because there is a history here. Io was toying with Candice in the match, just kicking her around, taunting her, playing with her. She gets up with a head scissors. Io rolls through, and then a step-up kick by Candice tries to evade that. Candice looks like she has a bloody nose at this point. I don't know what had happened or where that came from. Must have been from a stiff shot at some point early in the match. Both are on the apron. Both are looking for control. Io went for a German suplex. That was blocked. Io rolls back into the ring, and Candice is up top. Superplex attempt by Io. Candice sends Io down. Io gets back up and shoves Candice off the top rope and then down to the outside. So she hits face first on the apron and goes down to the outside. We get a picture-in-picture commercial, which I usually don't watch, but when I seen Io ascend the ropes to do a springboard dropkick, I'm like, I have to take notes during this because they're going full-fledged even during the commercials. So during the commercial, Io rolls to the apron as Candice rolls back into the ring from the outside. Io delivers a springboard missile dropkick for a 2 count. Io remained in control after a comeback attempt from Candice, and she delivered an air raid crash for a 2 count. Candice again tries for a comeback with some chops, and Io gets Candice in a crossface. This all happened during the commercial. Candice again gets out and applies what looked like a Koji clutch, pulling out one from Sami Zayn, and Io got out of that until a double crossbody took both women out. And every time a big move had happened like that, both women were immediately back up. So that was the one little takeaway. Nothing was really sold in this match. Tornado DDT by Candice off the top. Io kicks out at 2. LeRae off the top again with a swinging neckbreaker attempt. That missed. And Io shoved her off. She goes crashing down to the mat, does Candice. Io up top for her moonsault. LeRae gets the knees up, so she blocked Io's finisher. After a submission attempt by Io, Candice gets to the ropes. Io, frustrated, grabs a chair from underneath the ring. She brings it into the ring. The referee grabs it away from Io. Candice goes for a roll-up because Io was yelling at the referee. Only a 2 count. Candice slams Io face first, and Io rolls over to where the chair is. So Candice hit Io with a flatliner. Io rolls over because the chair was still in the ring. The referee, I guess, threw it down. Don't know why she didn't throw it out of the ring, but she threw it down on the mat. So Io rolls over to where the chair is. She's literally laying on the chair. Candice didn't know. She goes up for a springboard cabrata. She missed it. And Io pins off the miscue. So Candice went for the springboard moonsault. Io was laying on the chair. Io rolled out of the way. Candice miscued into the chair off the moonsault. Io took advantage, and she pins Candice LeRae. So that was that. After the match, Io starts attacking Candice for no reason. Out comes Rhea Ripley for the save. Grabs the steel chair in the ring, and Io runs away and retreats. That's just a little seed planted for what we've seen later on in the evening. Very good opening match. I love Io and Candice, and when they work together, this was nowhere near the first match that they had at TakeOver during SummerSlam weekend, but I'll take it. And this was all a setup that was nicely done for later on in the evening. Finn Balor. Everybody wanted to know why Finn Balor did it. Did we get an answer as to why he did it? No. Finn Balor is all about himself. He didn't give a reason why he attacked Johnny Gargano. He just attacked Johnny Gargano. It's all about Finn Balor. I would appreciate a why at some point, but I don't think we're going to get it. Now, if it's Triple H, I'm assuming that we'll eventually get it, but this was the first in a story that I am invested in because I love both of these guys, and a story that is going to slowly materialize over the next couple of weeks as we get into War Games. So Finn Balor had some in-ring TV time tonight. Promo came out with his theme music. Everybody did the thing. So he's in the ring. No lights. He's got one spotlight on him, and that is it. And that is a symbolism for what he said in this promo. Spotlight is on him. Makes his usual entrance. People are chanting Finn. People were even chanting, "Thank you, Finn." For what? I don't know. I don't know if people are just over Johnny Gargano or they like Finn Balor more than they like Johnny Gargano, but this was supposed to be a heel turn. So I guess it all depends on what Johnny Gargano says next in this storyline and what he says in retaliation to Finn Balor. I don't know. But they were chanting, "Thank you, Finn," which kind of negates everything that happened last week. I don't like, these people, man. The people of Full Sail, they're fucking off the wall bizarre. Like, you should be booing this man. He attacked the heart and soul of NXT, and here you are saying, "Thank you, Finn." I don't get it. I don't get it. It really does ruin the moment from last week because everybody was just fucking stunned. Everybody was shocked. Says a couple of months ago, I was up there, and I was laying down for someone in a mask who was the hottest thing in the business, a.k.a. Bray Wyatt. I don't think so anymore after what WWE is doing to him. He's not the hottest thing in the business anymore. And now he is the hottest thing in the business. A bunch of Twitter tough guys on social media. Because they all got to attack the fans on social media, right? It's never the wrestling promotion's fault. It's never creative's fault. It's never the wrestler's fault. It's always the fans. Bunch of tough guys on social media. Everyone has an opinion. Too many fans in that locker room, Finn says. And they should be out here with the rest of you. They shouldn't even be in the locker room. I don't watch this business. This business watches me. Now, I love that line, and I love the symbolism of the spotlight being on him. And with him saying that, it all just goes very well together. But I can't help but laugh. This business watches me. I'm not sure he really understands what is going on, but if you look at the ratings, nobody is watching you. Just gonna throw that out there. Gotta throw it out there, man. I don't know how many people were watching last night with Game 7 of the fucking World Series last night, but who cares, man? This was a great episode. I don't watch this business. This business watches me. Johnny Gargano, you just got out of the hospital, and if you aren't careful, I'm gonna send you back there. You won't be Johnny Wrestling anymore. You'll be Johnny Watches Wrestling, the way it should be. Drops the microphone, exits the ring, does the gun pose, and that was it. That was it. Very simple, very clear, very direct Finn Balor. His accent was a little thicker here in NXT. He looks so much better in NXT. Comes off like a megastar, comes off as important. This is the Finn we deserved on the main roster, but knowing that the main roster is losing $5.8 million in the third fucking quarter, you can see why they fucking blow. This is Finn Balor. This is Finn Balor looking cool. This is Finn Balor looking important. This is Finn Balor under Triple H's vision. This is what should have been all along. Great promo by Finn Balor. And I've seen a lot of people on social media comparing this promo to Jon Moxley. Who gives a shit? Please, enough of the fucking back and forth crybaby bullshit. Moxley's promo was awesome. Finn Balor's promo was awesome. Let's live that. We had 2 awesome promos and a great contract signing on Wednesday night. Just leave it at that. This was awesome by Finn Balor. Shane Thorne versus Bronson Reed. Now, I wasn't really going to pay attention to this match, and then I seen it start off like a gunshot. Thorne blasted out of the corner with a dropkick, a leg lariat, and a senton, back to back to back. Kind of reminded me of the way I started WWE 2K match, because I always come out swinging with a fucking dropkick or a clothesline. Reed comes back with a massive clothesline, turned Thorne inside out. Good 20-second chop fest between the two until one got tired. I'll give you a guess as to who that was. It wasn't Shane Thorne. Bronson Reed wins this one. Thorne with an uppercut. Reed with a forearm. Thorne then with a very impressive back suplex on a quite large Bronson Reed. He's no small man. Reed out of the corner with a springboard. Yes, the guy springboarded out of the corner. He ran into the corner and he springboard/leapfrogged out of the corner over Shane Thorne, who was running behind him. And he nailed a beautiful German suplex with release, followed by a huge implant driver that I thought was just the end of the match. And Thorne somehow kicked out. Looked devastating. Now both men are on top. Thorne went for a hurricanrana, but Reed shoved him off. Thorne literally in mid-stride doing hurricanrana, and Reed shoved him in midair, down from the mat, off the top rope, laid on his back. Thorne at this point was a man completely fucked. Really. So Thorne was down in the middle of the ring, and Reed jumped off the top rope with what I thought was one of the most devastating big splashes of the entire year. Unbelievable. I don't want to be Shane Thorne, never want to be Shane Thorne in that particular moment. At that moment, Shane Thorne realized his life fucking sucked cock. Really. He was absolutely dead. He was a fucking pancake. You could scrape him off the mat and put him on the New Day's fucking platter of pancakes. That's how devastating this thing was. Holy shit. No way he was kicking out of that. Definite 1, 2, 3. Bronson Reed wins the match, and fans are slowly starting to grow on Bronson Reed. He's growing on me, and he looked very impressive. And both guys were billed with that Australian strong style, and that's exactly what they did here. It was quick, it was fun, and Bronson Reed got a very impressive victory with some really great offense in this match. The Kabuki Warriors versus Teagan Nox and Dakota Kai. Now, I was looking forward to this. Because for the first time in a very long time, we were going to get a women's tag team title match that I could actually say is legitimately a title match. Everything that comes along with a championship match is going to be included here. And I was not disappointed. This wasn't the greatest tag team match I've ever seen. This wasn't even one of the best women's matches of the year. I just looked at this as a small baby step in the right direction for women's tag team wrestling. We need more teams cohesive like this to bring out that feeling that these titles could be important. This was a very good step in that right direction. Now, there was a video package hyping the Kabuki Warriors with Baby Metal playing in the background. Nice guitar riff, the sound of Baby Metal going over a video package with Asuka and Kairi Sane. I don't know why that's not their fucking theme song. I'd pay for the rights for that shit. Instead of hearing the fucking mashup of Asuka and Kairi Sane's music, which furthermore proved my fact, just hearing it in Full Sail, you gotta get rid of it. You got to get rid of it. It doesn't even fit Kairi's character anymore. You know? Yeah, she's the cute pirate princess. She's wearing all white. She's got the fucking spinning wheel and she's got the fucking telescope. Now she's coming out with an umbrella with fucking war paint on her face and she's dressed in black. The music doesn't even go with her anymore. Get rid of it. Stop being lazy and write these women new theme music, or just use Asuka's theme music, which fits them both perfectly. But this video package for the Kabuki Warriors with Baby Metal playing over it, they look better in this one promo package, this one video package with Baby Metal playing, than they have in their entire main roster run. Triple H and NXT just get it. They know how to present Kairi Sane and Asuka. And I'm sure he is very happy to have both of them back in NXT, at least for one night. And if it was up to him, he take them both back full time. Like I said, even more so hearing it in Full Sail now, Kairi Sane's music does not fit the overall look of the Kabuki Warriors anymore. Change it. Love the fact that NXT gave them a big fight feel also for a ring introduction with the spotlight on both teams, with the ring announcer in the middle, hyping up the match. Just makes the title look better as a result. First time ever the women's tag team titles have been defended in Full Sail. I know Sasha and Bayley wanted to be the first to do that. Obviously, you know what happened there, but no better substitutes to come on into Full Sail outside of Sasha and Bayley than Asuka and Kairi Sane. Asuka takes advantage early on Tegan Nox. Kairi tags in, has a chop battle with Nox, asking Tegan to hit her. So Kairi's strong style from Japan coming on out. No fear in Kairi Sane. Both Asuka and Kairi Sane looked very happy. They were very charismatic to be back in NXT. Pair of dropkicks from Nox and Kairi Sane, or not Kairi Sane, but pair of dropkicks from Kai and Nox send the Kabuki Warriors to the outside. And then they tried to continue the assault, but Kai gets taken out and Nox is thrown into the steel steps. And then we go to commercial. Back from commercial, Nox is in control. Double team offense from Team Kick. Kai with a penalty kick on Asuka for a 2 count. Kai was on the apron and Asuka with a dragon screw leg whip on Dakota Kai. And that was through the ropes. And I loved the little fact here. I don't know if you guys picked up on this. Commentary mentioned it. I put it in my notes. After the dragon screw leg whip, it wasn't on Dakota Kai's repaired leg. It was on the good leg. The one without the knee brace. It was on her good knee. And the commentary team sold it big time based on Kai's prior injury. I love the fact that it was on the good knee with the mentality that the other knee is already damaged and the weakest part of Dakota Kai's anatomy. So why not attack the good knee and take both of her knees out so she's completely incapable of doing anything? I love that aspect. That goes to how smart a tag team like the Kabuki Warriors really are. So I picked up on that instantly. So at this point, Dakota Kai, there was several minutes of Dakota Kai just being beaten down by the Kabuki Warriors. Asuka with a running hip attack sends Kai to the outside. Asuka then with a leg lock in her portion of the ring. Kai gets up on one leg looking for a tag at one point. Went for a spinning enziguri. And Asuka avoided that. And back to destroying Dakota Kai. And just keeping her grounded in most of this match. Kairi tags in. Pirate March into a clothesline in the corner. Another submission on Kai's leg. Several minutes, like I said, of Dakota Kai being beaten down. Tegan Nox finally tags in. Gets the hot tag. Asuka gets the tag in from Kairi. Both tagging at the same time. Nox with a choke slam. Nox runs wild from corner to corner on both opponents now. Nox drops both of them and hits a big flying crossbody from the top on Asuka for a very close near fall. Nox then charges at Asuka with a flying knee, but Asuka catches it and applies a knee bar on Tegan Nox. She tries to fight out and goes right into an armbar. Sane breaks it up with a boot to the face on Tegan Nox. Kai drops Sane with a kick. Asuka with a German to Nox. Kai levels Asuka with a kick to the face. After all that beatdown, she finally is back up. Kick to the face on Asuka, but she goes down clutching her knee, selling the knee. Good job there. Fans are chanting NXT, and Nox is in the corner and tags Dakota Kai back in. Kai unloads on Asuka, then hits his big running boot in the corner. Sane distracts the referee from the apron, allowing Asuka to slide out of a move, and then, out of nowhere, spits the green mist in Dakota Kai's face. Asuka tags Sane back in. At this point, Asuka goes to knock Tegan Nox off the apron so she can't get in and interfere. We got Dakota Kai laying face first on the mat, blinded by the green mist. Kairi Sane goes up top for the insane elbow, and that was it. The Kabuki Warriors retain the tag team championships. After the match, the horsewomen come out as Kai is defenseless with the green mist in her eyes. Baszler is in the ring. Tegan Nox goes to attack and defend her friend. Shafir and Duke attack, so now it's 3-on-1. Out comes Rhea Ripley. She walks to the ring, and she's taking her sweet time, kind of gloating Shayna Baszler, enjoying the moment. Out of nowhere comes Io Shirai. She attacks Ripley from behind. Bianca Belair comes out to attack Rhea Ripley. Candice comes out to attack Io. Sheer chaos at this point. So Ripley and Baszler finally at one point get in the ring. They start brawling. Half the locker room is now in the ring. sheer chaos in the middle of the ring, everybody brawling, officials, referees out there, it's getting crazy. So William Regal is out on the podium, he's out on the podium above the commentary table, and when he's there, you know shit's about to go down. So War Games has been announced. From what I've seen here, everybody was excited about it. I'm excited about it. I hope that there is good intention behind it. I really do. I hope that it really gels together and nobody gets killed. Now, the women have a shot at making history here. I hope that they do. I'm more involved and more invested in this than whatever WWE's got going on today with fucking Lacey Evans and Natalya wrestling on the goddamn pre-show for Crown Jewel. I don't give a shit about that whatsoever. I don't care. Sue me. I don't care. I'm more invested in this. This is the type of history that I want to see. I don't give a shit about that. I don't know if they are doing this for the right intention. I hope. Being that it's NXT, I hope. I hope that this is not one of their political agendas. I hope this is not something that they're pushing down our throats. Oh, look, first time ever. Here we go. Women, first time ever War Games. Never would I thought that we would see a women's War Games match. And these types of matches need to live up to the level of brutality that we've seen in the first two. Will these women be able to do that? I don't know. I don't know. I honestly think with Io Shirai, we might get a little crazy in there. I think the woman is going to go off the wall and just do whatever she's got to do to wow everybody. Candice, the same thing. She's even said it on social media. You know, everybody waited. Everybody wants to know, about Candice LeRae. You're going to find out inside War Games. Shayna Baszler, Rhea Ripley, women like that, I know that have an opportunity like this that they're going to try and steal the entire show. I'm not really sure what I'm going to expect out of Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke. I don't even know why they're there. Teagan Nox and Dakota Kai, I'm worried about them because they are injury prone from what I've seen, and both of them look like robots with all the knee braces that they have on. How are they going to fare in this match? I'm worried about that. Because Teagan Nox got injured and was out most of the year. She was out for 12 months based on what happened in the Mae Young Classic off of a simple suicide dive. Now you're going to put her inside a War Games match with all that steel and all that weaponry and all that chaos? I don't know how that's going to work out. This is crazy. Now, we predicted this last week. I didn't think it was going to end up being all of the horsewomen. Now, on one side, you got Io, you got Bianca, and then you got the horsewomen. That's 5. And you got Teagan Nox, Dakota Kai, Candice LeRae, and Rhea Ripley on one side. So it's 5 on 4. One woman is going to be the odd woman out. You're not going to have 5 women against 4 in War Games. It's not fair. It's got to be even on both sides. So either A, someone is getting taken out. It's either going to be Jessamine Duke or Marina Shafir getting taken out. At this point, I would take out Jessamine Duke. She looks like she is a fish out of water in the ring. She's awful. Both women are awful, but if I had to choose one over the other, I'm going to take Marina Shafir over Jessamine Duke. They've been in the PC for 2 years now, and they've shown absolutely no growth and no progress. They are terrible. I don't want to see them in this match at all. In fact, I would have found a way to include Asuka and Kairi Sane in this thing and just make it 4 on 4 there. But my prediction and my fantasy booking somewhat came true outside of Asuka and Kairi Sane. I think both horsewomen are terrible, and they don't deserve to be in this match. Now, putting them in this match, one positive I could see putting them in this match and they do something fucking crazy could eventually get them over and a little bit more respect on the fans' end. But someone is getting taken out. It's not going to be 5 on 4 because that does not really fit into the rules of War Games. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're going to do with that. Maybe someone gets taken out. Maybe just by process of elimination, maybe Shayna chooses one over the other and nobody gets taken out. I don't know, but it's going to be 4 on 4. So if everybody's saying, oh, it's 5 on 4, it's not going to be 5 on 4 because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't fit into the rules of the War Games match. So we got War Games announced. It's going to happen. The women have it this year. I hope that they live up to the level of match that we've seen in the last 2 years because the first 2 in NXT have been absolutely phenomenal. And I can only hope for that. Based on the women that are in this thing, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And I never doubt NXT's women's division when it comes to a pay-per-view match. So, we'll see what happens. Outside of the Mia Yim and Shayna Baszler fucking clusterfuck, that was awful. But I would say 9 out of 10 times the women's division on a TakeOver show is fucking great. So, hopefully the same thing applies here in War Games Survivor Series weekend. Tyler Bate versus Cameron Grimes. They were up next. This match came about from last week because Cameron Grimes was in a match, and after his match with Matt Riddle, we had him being a sore loser. Tyler Bate was outside. He lost the match to Matt Riddle, went to grab his top hat, and Tyler Bate was there, and Tyler Bate went to go shake his hand. He was in the front row. Cameron Grimes didn't want any part of Tyler Bate, so he shoved Tyler Bate, and then he received a stiff shot right to the face. Tyler Bate knocked him out. Here we are. We got this match tonight on NXT. Match started off with some grappling spots. They went at each other. Crowd was very quiet for the beginning portions of this match. Eventually, they woke up, and both Tyler Bate and Cameron Grimes got the crowd back into it. They traded high impact moves, go to commercial break right away. Back from commercial, they really picked it up. Grimes delivered a German suplex. Grimes with some heel heat here because Tyler Bate is such a great babyface. Crowd started to rally behind Tyler Bate. Bate made a comeback, flying uppercut, cleaned house on Grimes. That led to a shooting star press for a 2 count on Cameron Grimes. Bate countered an electric chair into a beautiful hurricanrana that really got the crowd lively. That was a pinning combination hurricanrana. Grimes got a near fall with a huge running power slam. Bate got 2 after a rebound lariat. So they built towards a huge dive by Bate. He leapt over the ropes to the floor. Killian Dane was on the outside. He was in the crowd, and he was monitoring and surveying the landscape from the ringside area. That distracted Tyler Bate long enough for Grimes to deliver his running double stomp, and he planted Tyler Bate into the mat. Grimes then covered Bate for the 1-2-3, and he wins in a distraction fashion with Tyler Bate in this thing. After the match, Dane attacked Bate. He delivered a senton and then a cannonball that squished Bate into the ring steps. Dane then picked up Tyler Bate and grabbed him by the neck and yelled at him and said, "Tell your friend Pete Dunne that I have unfinished business to take care of." And that was pretty much it. So, speaking of Pete Dunne, they also announced that Pete Dunne and the Archer of Infamy, we got Mr. Damian Priest going one-on-one again. Not in the main event, I assume, but they will be going one-on-one in a rematch on NXT next week. And after the match that they had the first time, kind of looking forward to it this time around for a second time. Undisputed Era versus Matt Riddle and Keith Lee. Tag team that I did not think that I wanted to see, and after this, I hope that we see it again. Because right now, NXT, the one weak spot in NXT's armor is their tag team division. There's not a lot of quality tag teams in NXT. Now, Undisputed Era is fantastic, and they need competition. They need top-tier competition. War Raiders are gone. AOP is gone. Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch, they're not really top-tier competition. I'd love to see, the group that Walter has with him, Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel. I'd love to see them get in the ring with these guys, but I don't know how long before we see that. There really is no other teams. And Breezango, I thought they were setting them up for the Undisputed Era, but that really isn't TakeOver-esque. That doesn't really speak TakeOver to me. Speaks NXT TV, but not TakeOver. So they absolutely need competition. This is the type of competition they need. Now, everybody thought that with Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic that their feud was eventually going to lead to a stalemate and then they were going to end up teaming together, which could very well still happen. I don't know what happened. But here we got Matt Riddle and Keith Lee. The only reason why Matt Riddle is here is because of his issues with the Undisputed Era. So, Keith Lee and Matt Riddle gave Undisputed Era a very, very good match. This was really fun. Non-title in the main event. Undisputed Era takes Riddle out early as the bell rings. They try to take Lee out, but they fail miserably. Double leap frog by Keith Lee. Double crossbody by Keith Lee on both O'Reilly and Fish. Keith Lee continues to do amazing things week after week. And if there's one other benefactor outside of Candice LeRae for the 2-hour move, it's Keith Lee. He's got more opportunities in the 2-hour format than a lot of people. So I'm loving the fact that we're seeing more Keith Lee because he is one of the best things on this entire brand. Undisputed Era ran from Keith Lee. Matt Riddle's on the outside. He takes O'Reilly out. Fish is in with Riddle now as Lee tags out. Chops by Lee. Matt Riddle was holding Bobby Fish. They were chopping Bobby Fish's chest with those big double hand chops by Keith Lee. So, O'Reilly was not safe from this either. He got some. Riddle with a spear on Fish, followed by a jackhammer for a 1 count, and then we immediately go to commercial. Back from commercial, Riddle is side suplexing both members of Undisputed Era, but O'Reilly came in to try and save Fish and ended up taking advantage of the situation. This was while Keith Lee looked on. Now Undisputed Era have Riddle in their corner, and they are going to work doing what they do best, tag team wrestling. Bobby Fish, before Riddle actually made the hot tag after the moments in which Matt Riddle was being beaten down, Riddle was about to make the hot tag. Bobby Fish, before Riddle made the hot tag, he went over to attack Keith Lee on the apron, and the look on Keith Lee's face just reeked of, boy, are you fucking kidding me? Wait till I get in this motherfucking ring, bro. You're gonna be fucking destroyed in about 10 seconds. So, obviously, we got Riddle making the hot tag. Double clothesline on O'Reilly and Fish. Double back body drop on O'Reilly and Fish. 2-on-1, it's all Keith Lee. Lee went for his powerbomb on Fish. O'Reilly leg sweeped him. And then in the powerbomb position, Bobby Fish was up. Keith Lee went down. Seated senton right on top of Keith Lee. Lee got a powerbomb eventually on Bobby Fish. He then went up top for a moonsault. Another thing I don't want to be on the receiving end of. But he missed, luckily for Bobby Fish. So it was a high-low on Keith Lee for a 2 count. O'Reilly had an armbar on Lee that was broken up by Lee powering out into a huge slam. He tagged in Riddle. 2-on-1, he takes out both members of Undisputed Era. Eventually, out comes Adam Cole and Roderick Strong. Matt Riddle hits a twisting moonsault, acai moonsault, on all members of the Undisputed Era outside. Jumping flash knee by Matt Riddle on Fish, with Lee pouncing Adam Cole on the outside. He's taking care of business on the outside while Matt Riddle hopefully wins the match on the inside. He pounced Adam Cole on the outside. Adam Cole goes flying right into Roderick Strong. Chaos. Love it. O'Reilly in to save Fish. They eventually get total elimination on Riddle for the 3 count. Undisputed Era starts attacking Keith Lee now, 4-on-1. So obviously someone needs to come out. And on cue, Tommaso Ciampa comes out, runs down to the ring with his crutch to make the save. He blasts everybody in the Undisputed Era. Fish, O'Reilly, Strong with the crutch. And he's finally got to stare down with Adam Cole. Adam Cole got out of dodge, but O'Reilly was not so lucky. Keith Lee takes him, throws him over the top rope onto everybody outside in the Undisputed Era. So that is taken care of. The NXT Championship in this huge scuffle and melee was sitting in the corner because Adam Cole got physically involved in this thing. Ciampa takes a microphone. He walks over to the opposite corner where the NXT title is sitting. Goldie takes the microphone and he starts talking to the title with the microphone in front of the live audience. Tells Goldie that he will see her soon and Daddy is coming home. But he needs to go to war first, which means only one thing here, folks. He's got to go to war. What does that mean? Meaning that Ciampa and Adam Cole is all but confirmed for War Games in November. And this is the way NXT went off the air. We had Ciampa telling Goldie via a live microphone that he's going to war to get her back. Love it. Absolutely love it. NXT was the... I know I mentioned, I don't want to be hypocritical, but, I see a lot of people just fucking asking me, what was the better show? NXT was the better show, in my honest opinion. NXT is hitting their stride with what they are doing and what they have been doing. The shows flow a lot better. They're not oversaturating the shows. Everything's spaced out nicely. You're starting to see now the core group of players that they want being represented on this show for this brand. Whereas the first couple weeks were just an introductory to NXT. They overloaded the show with so many people. It was very overwhelming. I'm like, where's the fucking flow here? And it's match after match after match after match. Now we're getting storylines. Now we're getting promos. Now we're getting, deeper into what we all fell in love with NXT. Love it. So, I listened to Corey Graves, and we'll talk about more about After the Bell on Off the Script this weekend, but I listened to After the Bell, that episode, debut episode with Corey Graves, which was a 1-hour glorified WWE interview. It wasn't even, I don't even consider it a podcast, because it was just 1 hour of just typical WWE shit that you see on TV. The most interesting thing was Triple H, because he went into a wide variety of things. AEW, He mentioned the 2-hour format. He mentioned the growth of NXT. He mentioned Lemmy and Motorhead getting into the Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But one particular piece he mentioned on there was, the 2 hours and them overloading the shows. It was an introductory process. And he's like, I wanted everybody to just be patient. We wanted to put a lot of talent out there to get you familiar with what we're doing. We wanted to get new faces in front of the camera. We wanted to give new people opportunities. And then when we got settled in, that's when we were going to do what we do best and give everybody what they know about NXT, and that is in-depth storytelling. It's all about the stories and all about developing characters and these stories developing with those characters. Triple H said, took a couple of weeks to get us there, but I feel comfortable. I'm loving the shows, he says, and we are right back to where we were, just at a 2-hour format. Triple H actually even went on to say the 1-hour format, in his eyes, because he's the one man that knows best out of everybody about NXT, 99% of the time he said 1 hour was not enough for me. If there's one aspect of this that I like, is that I can do more than I've ever wanted, more than I couldn't before, now with the 2 hours. The 1 hour is, he said it was very difficult to build a lot of, and they made it work. Believe me, they made it work, because those takeover shows had the most compelling stories out of everything. Just take Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, for example. The best story since Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Absolutely amazing storytelling. And Daniel Bryan. The best story since Daniel Bryan and his rise to the top, overcoming the corporation and Triple H. But with 1 hour, he says, I couldn't do a lot. And at the 2 hours, I could do everything I need to do and, have a little time left over to have everything just breathe. And when I heard him say that, it kind of made me take a step back and say, you know what? If they can somehow gel what they were doing at the flow they were doing at 1 hour and just expand on it for 2 hours, then we got a winner here. Then I'll be okay with it. I'll be sitting comfortably watching my favorite brand in the United States. And that's exactly what they've done. And I got to commend Triple H for not only taking the 1 hour format, making that work and making everything feel so important, because he did a brilliant job at that, but taking that 1 hour format, expanding it to 2 hours, and continuing to maintain the true essence of why we love NXT. And he's doing a phenomenal job. And this was a great episode. Everything flowed beautifully. And if this is the type of NXT that we're getting at 2 hours, folks, you don't need to hear from me. I know you watch every Wednesday. This is the best night for us to watch professional wrestling. And if they continue doing this, I think NXT will be fine. Very good show last night. AEW was a very good show. We got some good stuff coming up. I got Crown Jewel to watch in about 10 minutes. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Anyway, guys, this is going to be uploaded during Crown Jewel. I'm sure you guys don't give a shit about Crown Jewel. You're probably caring more about what I said here about NXT last night. Either way, thank you guys so much for joining me. I will be back with Crown Jewel at some point this evening. Make sure you guys tune into that. That should be live on the channel right now, so make sure you guys go and check that out. And I will be back for the weekend's festivities. Crown Jewel, Smackdown, Off the Script. A lot of stuff going on here, so make sure you guys are subscribed and notified of everything that goes live on the channel. Follow me on social media, at JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, hit the thumbs up. Check out Audible, audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys check out all the other videos that you might have missed down below in the description. And I will see you right back here this evening for Crown Fools, Tyson Fury and Braun Strowman, and King Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar. I'm expecting a shit show. I hope we get a shit show. And I hope that my time is not wasted. More than likely it will be, because these Saudi shows reek of garbage. Thumbs up, guys. I'll see you guys tonight for Crown Fools. See you later.